It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
My best friend just moved to Los Angeles, and he's never lived there before. He's basically a New Yorker. He's originally from Pennsylvania, but he's a New Yorker because he's been here for like 20 years or something like that. But he's never lived in Los Angeles, and it's a very different vibe out there. And they just got there. Like, I think they've been in their apartment maybe 2 weeks. You know, the furniture's coming in little by little. They have rugs and all this kind of stuff. He gets a note yesterday, and I'm not even making this up. I'm going to read to you exactly what the note says that was taped to his door. It says, "Hello, upstairs neighbor. Just a quick note regarding noise from your property. We can literally hear all of your footsteps," and in capital letters, all, period, the, period, time, period, every day, period. Could you please be more mindful of your footsteps when walking back and forth? Thanks for your help. Downstairs at 111. So they wrote it like an email. They hand wrote it like an email.
Okay.
So, yeah. So basically what they're saying is, you know, all that money you're paying for that apartment, please don't walk around in it.
I mean, I can see both sides because I've been that downstairs neighbor and I've been that upstairs neighbor. So I've been both. And, you know, if you don't want noise like that, you shouldn't move into an apartment. I'm sorry. You just got to deal with it.
And my friend posted it and said they have 2 kids that cry and scream all day long that they can hear, but they would never in a million years think to say, "Can you shut your kids up?" You know, you don't. So I wrote back to him, of course, because this is the kind of person I am. And I said, "Here's what you should write. Hello, downstairs neighbor. Just a quick note regarding noise from your property. We can literally hear your kids crying all the time. Could you please be more mindful of your parenting? Thanks for your help."
There's some people that shouldn't live in an apartment, and I am one of those people. I learned that a couple of years ago.
Right.
That I'm not cut out for that, and I'm not good at it. So there's some people that shouldn't live in an apartment. I'm sorry. And I know L.A. is very expensive, and it's hard to live anywhere. But you can't move to L.A. then. I mean, you got to move to Oregon and live in a cabin.
Right. I mean, the thing is, he's a lot nicer than I am. You know, I bring my New York attitude wherever I go. So if this were me, I would write back and I'd say, "This sounds like a you problem." As in, you shouldn't be living in an apartment complex because this type of lifestyle is obviously not for you. So I'm sorry, I'm paying a lot of money for this apartment, more than you are because I just moved in and you've been here longer. So my guess is I'm already paying more. But even if we're paying the same, I am paying for this place. I can walk around my apartment all I want to. If you don't like it, you could take it up with the management because they're the ones who had this building built and decided to not have concrete floors.
Right.
You know, I think the beauty of where I live now, I live in an apartment building. But apartment buildings in New York City have concrete floors. If there's somebody walking around upstairs in the apartment above me, I'd never know it.
So you can't hear nobody walking at all upstairs.
I didn't even know anyone lived there until like a week ago. The guy dropped something and we heard "grah," like a big crash on the floor. And I was like, "Oh, we must have an upstairs neighbor." If you have a problem, you have to move because you can't ask somebody to not walk around their own apartment that they're paying $2,500 a month for. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, we had the problem with the dancing neighbors upstairs with the dogs, and I never said anything because I live downstairs. That's where I live.
It's the fact that there's certain noises that you just can't say anything about. Like, we said something because they had about 12 wind chimes outside the window that we heard all day long because where the wind chimes were, they were on their balcony, which was over your bedroom. So anytime the wind blew, all you'd hear is their wind chimes that they couldn't hear because they were in the back bedroom. So I think, you know, there's excessive noise and then there's regular noise.
Yeah, but that's something they brought on themselves. It's not walking around. I can't do anything about them walking around because I live downstairs. If I didn't want to listen to that, I should have got a second floor apartment.
Right, or a house or something.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's certain noises you have to accept, like dogs bark, kids cry, people walk around their apartments, they drop things. But excessive noise, like if they have music playing really loud, or if they have 40 wind chimes, asking somebody to not walk around their own apartment. I mean,
I'm sorry.
What a setup, you know what?
And they could have had nobody upstairs for a long time, so they weren't used to it, or they had one person living upstairs that never walked around at all, so they're not used to it. But they're going to have to get used to it.
No, but the thing is, it's COVID. So both my friends are working from home. Both of them are.
So all day long. Oh, that would make me nuts.
Well, yeah. What choice do they have? Because it's a 2-bedroom. One of them is the office. One of them is working in the office. The other's working in the living room.
Right.
So, and they both have to go to the kitchen for lunch, or they have to go to the bathroom. Right, exactly. But that's their apartment. They're allowed to do that.
Right.
I gotta say, I'm glad it's them and not me, because you'd be bailing me out of jail right now if it was me.
You just hate notes. You hate anybody that leaves a note about anything.
Don't give me a note.
Don't give you a note. No emails, no messages, no notes.
Yeah, don't give me your opinion unless I've asked for it.